Okay. Versatile Vigilante, Young Vince, Uncle Vinny, back with another episode, and we got a very special guest in the building. We got Miss Flor Serrano in the building.
Thank you.
How are you today?
I'm good. Thank you. Nice to meet
Awesome.
you. Nice to be
Very
here.
nice meeting you. I was really excited for you to come in because you're the first person kind of from the fashion industry that I've been able to speak with. So I'm really excited to hear your story today. For anyone watching, Flors Fashion, really nice women's clothing, swimwear, all kinds of different stuff. So definitely check out the Instagram. But first, I wanna get a glimpse into who Flor is. So we were talking a little bit before the podcast. Tell me a little bit about yourself, about your upbringing.
Well, I am from Central America. I came from Costa Rica, and I came to Canada as an immigrant when I was 18 years old. And because my mom did a lot of sewing back home, and she worked from home, for me, sewing and actually making a garment was something very normal to do. And when I came to Canada, I remember seeing a very beautiful winter coat on a window. And I went inside and I asked, "Oh my God, that winter coat is so beautiful." And it happens to be the International Academy of Design and Technology. So it's like an academy to learn how to make the coat. And then the lady said, "Would you like to learn how to make that?" And I was like, "Yeah, right." And then she's like, "Yes, just fill out the form and we'll see if you like get accepted." And I fill up a form to go to fashion school, and I got accepted. It was something very out of the blue that I joined fashion studies in Toronto. So I mean, I it was so easy for me to do it because I was just making my own clothing since 8 years old.
Okay.
So it's like something like, it's really have to go to school to do this. I was like paying these courses of like color theory and stuff that it was like kindergarten for me.
Right. You already kind of knew that.
Mhm.
Do you still feel like you learned some stuff through that program?
I guess I think every career has its basics to build up into something to
Right.
make it profession at a professional level. So I mean, I believe that there could be a lot of classes that we did not need, like color theory to like draw with the
Right.
pen, right? And then after they jump to Illustrator, but then you draw with your pen, color theory with pens, pens and crayons, and then after 3 months of just drawing on a paper, they teach you a month on computer. So for
Right.
me, it should be the opposite. The computer is more like, it's more difficult, so
Right.
let's try the computer. Is This is the color theory, quick and paper, but then the computer is what we're doing because that was the future.
Right.
And that is the future actually. But in the fashion business, there's one thing that I don't think they are teaching fashion designers in schools. Everybody has its own good for. They have something very major they're very good at.
Right. Specialty.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. So everybody has a specialty. So Illustrator is a specialty as a fashion designer. Some fashion designers, they use the site to do beautiful illustrations and they sell them for thousands of dollars. And it's a beautiful work, right?
Right.
Some other people, they just want to make coats or winter suits. For suits are very difficult to, it's very construction, very time consuming. That's why you get to pay $3,000 for a suit.
Sure.
Yeah.
Manual labor, a lot of goes into that.
Yes.
Absolutely. So when you said you were like 8 years old, making your own garments, doing your own sewing,
Yes.
pretty little doing that. How'd you even
Yeah.
get into that? Like I know it might be a while ago, but talk about how you first even got into that aspect.
Well, my mother actually made bags and
Okay.
luggages. So she used to see sewing as a torture.
Mm.
She did not see herself as a somebody there is actually has a talent. My mother used to make huge luggages. Like I've seen her making all of these zippers and heavy duty stuff, and I've always thought, why didn't she sew clothing? I've always like thought to myself, clothing would be so cool to make, and she was just doing it for, okay, I need to make a living, I need to make a living, right?
Right.
So she was making like for the stores of the city.
Okay.
Some boutiques will sell her bags and her school bags for kids, and I don't think she see it as a brand and make it like, oh my God, I am, I know how
Right.
to do something in
It
life.
wasn't really like a passion.
It wasn't a passion because back home, like Latin people are very like hard workers.
Okay.
They like to work hard for living, right? Instead of value themselves. And yes, the work is there, the money is there, but first you have to value yourself.
Right.
You have to know who you are good for and value that. And I think the culture has a lot to do with a lot of, like a lot of things. And in my side, I was 8 years old. I saw my mom kind of like struggling. I actually thought I wish I never have to sew in my life because I saw it as a like
Like
a torture,
yeah.
like as she say
Yeah,
it.
just work.
But then after I am like, okay, I want a dress. What if I just try to make myself a dress? And then I just took the machine just by seeing her. I remember I was just take that sewing machine industrial and start making stuff like I was a pro.
You were a
It
real
was
natural.
so weird. And yeah, it was just natural talent, I guess.
And you enjoyed it from the get-go too.
I'd never see it as as something to make money.
That's amazing.
I never see it.
'Cause
Yeah.
it is a form of art. Like
Yeah.
you're making something out of nothing, using your hands, using your vision. That's an amazing thing for a kid to learn. That I'm good at this. I like it.
Yeah,
Love that.
it's just fun. I never saw it as a job. I was just like, I'm gonna these pants are loose. I'm gonna take them here. I'm gonna take them there. And I remember I used to rip my pants. Remember when the
yeah.
rip pants were on?
Yep.
Oh, at school I'd rip mine way too much.
Okay, there you go.
My teacher is like, no, that's a little bit too much.
You gotta push the boundaries.
Yes, so I made big rips in my butt. Well, I used a lycra. I remember they were white jeans, and I make two big holes ripped on the bum. But then I wear them with black lycra, so then you can see the holes on the black lycra. But back then in our schools, dressing even with a lycra and a jeans was bad.
Controversial.
I don't think you're my age, but
I
when
know
we
what you
grew
mean, though.
up, going to school was very conservative.
Right.
Yeah, we have to be like super conservative and covered, and clothing was like etiquette.
Right.
Etiqueta, right?
Did you see it as kind of like rebelling a little bit? Like I want to be more showing myself.
100%. I think I have been rebellious with the way I dress. I don't believe in like doing what everybody else is doing. Number one, so whatever I couldn't make back then, I remember I used to go to my mom's friends that did make clothing, and I remember told them, please, can you make this skirt for me? I really love it from this show, and I love it. Please, please, I'll try to get the fabric, and they will make it, and I'll be amazed wearing something that everybody's like, oh my God, you see what she's wearing? And I did not care.
You were comfortable in your own skin.
I was very, very careless. So for this reason, actually, my first job was a model.
Nice.
Yeah. So when I started dressing the way I was dressing, I think maybe I must have catch a lot of eyes until like I got stopped and said, listen, would you like to be a model? And I was like 14 years old
Wow.
when I started to do modeling. And that was like kind of like a fashion, kind of like I got into the industry early by doing a lot of pasarelas for catalogs, clothing catalogs for ladies. They used to sell by catalogs, and they need the models to see how the piece is looking before they were gonna sell it. And yes, I did some commercials back home, and I even when I came to Toronto, I did a couple of like modeling, but it didn't get me far because models needs to be really tall. And back then, it was like that, really, really tall.
Right. That was the common look.
Yes, and I'm a shorty. So yes, that didn't go far. But then, yeah, the clothing making was the fashion school was something that I just got into it's so easy for me. I
Right.
remember seeing everybody struggling with the sewing machine. Oh my god! And I was like, done.
You'd been there and done that
Next.
already. You were already with that.
Yeah, my teachers used to tell me sometimes I don't even have to see your stuff. I know you got this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing, man. That's a confidence boost.
Yes.
There you go. How
Yes,
did
go.
you determine, how did you decide to come to Toronto? Like, where did that choice come from? Or was it a choice?
Well, I got already friends living in Toronto.
Okay.
So I have friends from when I was like a little kid that they moved here with parents,
Right.
and they invite me to come over, and then they say if you would like to stay, we can just get a visa for you to study in Canada and stay. And I was like, oh, that's great. Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You already had some connections here. I mean,
Yes, I came and visit a friend, and she says, no worries if you want to just to come live in here. It's a country that will open the doors to anybody that is willing to move to Canada. Back then, Canada was like the coldest, ugliest place on earth to immigrate.
it definitely, I hear that, like,
It's 25
snowing
years
all
ago.
the day, snowing every day, cold every day. Was that a culture shock for you coming from sunny Costa Rica to not so sunny Toronto?
Actually, I'm not gonna lie. I think the reason why I actually not where I am right now, 20 or maybe 10 years ago, it was because every single time I save money, I will take a vacation to my country.
Yeah.
It was like I needed the sun, I needed the beach, I needed the ocean. And I think I went back and forth to Costa Rica 5 times maybe per year. I couldn't handle the cold. I don't know. It was like, but Canada always keep on throwing me back like to the country. It's like, okay, yeah, you go, but you have to come back.
Right.
You go, but you have to come back. And then yes, it was kind of the thing that yes, I always went back to the sun, but I always have something in Canada that I needed to come back.
Right.
Yeah, and being a Canadian is not having a Canadian passport is not an easy process, as you know this, right?
Absolutely.
It takes a long time to become Canadian. There's a lot of regulations, especially that I like to travel back and forward to my country. That had a lot to impediment my passport, having a passport. So yeah, I think slowly I start to build my career in
Right.
Canada. And I had a lot of friends. I still have a lot of friends. I know a lot of people here. And slowly, Canada became my home.
Started to establish some roots.
Yeah,
Yeah.
slowly it's like I believe when you work certain amount of years in your life, even though that you think you were gonna go back to a country or do something else in your life, if you keep on working and staying in that place, buddy, that's where you belong. Just like don't
Yeah.
try any harder to go back to wherever you want to go because where you're staying and where you're making your money is where you should stay.
That's a really good point because you're starting to really make moves. You're establishing connections. People know who you are. When you go somewhere else, you don't know who anyone is. No one knows you. You're like, oh, let me go back here where I know everybody. You know.
Yes, it is. It is. It's a process.
Yeah.
It's a process of life.
That's a great point you make. I'm curious too. Was the fashion when you came to Toronto much different than back home?
I mean, I was always very rebellious with my clothing. So I don't know if the fact that I did a lot of modeling got me the confidence that I was always wearing like very weird stuff. Like I was always wearing like a blue hair. I would wear like I had
Okay.
pink wig. I have a blue wig. I will have like a collection of sunglasses. I was very like addicted to sunglasses. That was my addiction.
The big
Then,
ones.
yeah, sunglasses, every single color. Like if I would dress all white, I have my white sunglasses, or all blue sunglasses, and blue hair. And because I'm short, I love to look tall, so I really have a lot of collection of platforms.
There we go.
So I was wearing like always my platforms. I'm very crazy about colors. I love colors. My favorite designer is Versace.
That's what I was gonna ask you.
Yeah, because of the colors that he was always making. They were so brilliant and bright, and everything that is colorful for me is like, wow. I like to put that in my collections too.
I agree with you. I love to see colors on clothes. I wish the houses were more colorful.
Right, but
Like I
Costa
like
Rica's
that
like that.
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, Costa Rica's like that.
Spanish culture, I
Yeah.
think, is a little more with the colors. I love that. I love to
Yes.
see that. I don't
And
know anything about fashion, but I love colors.
and Costa Rica women too. I don't think only Costa Rica. I think Latin women, they are very elegant in every day. Like every day, they will wear the heels. They will wear the beautiful dress. Maybe because it's sunny and we have like a lot of sun throughout the year. So they like to look beautiful. They like to always show their beauty. And maybe that's why they always keep so beautiful too, right? Because every day they have to look
Yeah.
nice and they have to like tight my stomach. Let's walk like nice.
It's
And
their
that
lifestyle.
makes them beautiful forever. I think so.
I got you.
I think so because in here, like a lot of girls, they don't really, they just like, oh, it's okay, sweatpants, a sweater. I don't care about my body. And then when you go and see your body, you never care about your body. So what happened? Your
Right.
body is not there. You're not this girl that is looking beautiful. You're just like, you know?
Yeah.
I think clothing have a lot to do with how your body is actually shaped and presented to the world.
Interesting.
I don't know, but I think I've been seeing a lot of like when I study the history of fashion on the way that they used to have different fabrics before, like for, let's say, lingerie for women in the past. We didn't have no wire on the bras and there was no stretch fabric. So there's a lot of Madonna cup bras.
Mm-hmm.
And the Madonna cup bra is a formation bra for the breast.
Okay.
So if a woman wears a Madonna cup for a certain
It'll
amount of
take
years
that
in her
shape.
life, the breast will stay nice and firm. They will not go down, they will stay firm. This is the power of how you can shape yourself with clothing. Corsets, let's
Right.
not go too far. Corsets. Corsets will like give you a waist. Look at the
Right.
women's in the past.
Very interesting. I never thought about that. First time in versatile vigilante history, we're talking about bra sizes. I like that. Very versatile.
Yes.
Getting a real understanding. I didn't know that because I knew about that stuff, but it didn't like click in. So that's actually very interesting to learn about.
Yes, you know?
Fashion's changed so much over the years too. It's wild.
I think fashion, it just became repetitive by mass production.
Yeah.
And this is when my label is something different to the world.
Flors Fashion.
My logo, the flower, represents custom. I would not mass production. I'm not gonna just, oh, now I'm Flor and I'm gonna put my name and a teacher and sell it for $1,000.
Yeah.
That's not fashion.
No, I love that you said custom because that to me is like a representation of individuality.
Individuality, yes. Like, I mean, my problem that I'm actually having right now is that I would like to custom made, but it's only me and 2 or 3 more people that work with me.
Right.
I could not throw my service to the world of a more bigger scale because I need more people like willing to do by piece design,
a
right?
team.
So I am actually working now on the way that my label will be able to train individuals to be professional on each garment. Because me as a designer, I know how to make a corset. I know how to make a leggings. I know how to make a swimwear, right? So what I like to do is, this is actually coming soon. I'm
Right.
gonna start doing YouTube, throwing courses out there.
Nice. That's a
and
great idea.
Teach people how to make something. And I am gonna ask these people that are actually trying to learn the way I make these pieces. If you feel confident enough to be a leggings maker for my label, show me a test because maybe I can give them a job in the future.
How would people get in touch if anyone's watching that's interested? How would they get in touch with you about that?
Flors Fashion is already in YouTube. So right
Okay.
now I only have a couple of fashion shows in YouTube channel. But in the future, if you dial Flors Fashion, I hope that in the near future you can see a lot of courses on how to make a lot of things.
That's an awesome idea because
Yeah.
you're seeing that there's something that could be improved and you're trying to do it yourself. And I love that idea.
Yeah, I want
mentality.
yes, I would like to have people. Right now, a lot of people working from home.
Yeah.
So having a big manufactory, yeah, it's fun and everything and all that. But on my side, I see it as a lot of stress, right?
Mhm.
Like you don't want to kill the designers because there's no jobs, right? Like a lot of stress will kill you. So
Exactly.
I'm trying to find a way to that my business goes like water, right? Just like fluent, and
Exactly.
everybody's happy,
Consistent.
right?
Yeah.
So like, let's say that you learn my course of teachers. You went all YouTube and you just, you know what? I'm gonna try to make this teacher, and then I'm gonna tell you, listen, we're gonna need a serger and we're gonna need a cover stitch, and then you get your hands. If you can get your hands into these two machines and you can perfection your teachers, then maybe I'm gonna have a client that is gonna say, I need 100 teachers for my label that I wanted to make, because I work for a lot of designers. My website is florsfashion.ca or www.fashiondesignerforyou.com. So fashiondesignerforyou.com means that you think I make. You don't have to be a designer. You just put your name on it. I make it for you.
Right.
Yeah. So if that's like certain person needs 100 teachers, I will give you that job. I will say, listen, you're good for teachers. You already made your teachers. You love to make teachers. I'll contact you with, okay, I have my teacher maker.
Right.
So, I mean, I would like to actually build a team this way, because making clothing requires a lot of time.
Absolutely.
It requires
Absolutely.
it's a lot of handwork. And the reason why a lot of people go to Bangladesh and unfortunately do a lot of labor this way
Yeah.
is because of the demand. There's a lot of demand for clothing. Everybody needs to dress, right? Everybody needs a piece of clothing to look good.
Yep.
And that's why they have to go to big stores and try to get a piece from a million pieces.
Absolutely. You did. So I really respect your vision. I love that. Did you ever get approached by like a big company where they said, work with us? And
I would
but you
not.
tell us what to do. I get that you wouldn't, but
Yeah.
did people ask you?
Well, I mean, yes, I have some companies trying to approach me to
Yeah.
work as a just somebody just working for the label, whatever, mass production. Because me as a designer, I'm just one of the many that works for a company, right?
Exactly.
It's just one more person that works for a brand.
You definitely seem like someone who values their independence, you know?
Yes.
And I could see that and I love that because I'm the same way. And I think that's extremely valuable. We're just like,
Yes.
I'm doing this and it's how I'm going to do it.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
Love that.
It's something that maybe a lot of people along the way have not understand about me. It's been really hard to actually told people who Flors Fashion is, because it's nobody understands, like, oh, what's your label? What's your brand? Why is your clothing not in stores? You know what I mean? So then I have to sit down and explain them
Yeah.
all my visualization of fashion and my visualization for the future of my brand. And it's something that maybe in the end they wouldn't even get.
Yeah, because it's really, I've learned that too. It's impossible almost to tell people your vision because it's yours, you know? And sometimes people need to physically see something, and when it's just an idea, it might be tough for them to understand.
Yes, that's correct.
I love that you're on here because that's kind of what I like to promote too, that independent spirit, you know, not afraid to take risks.
Yes, I was seeing some of your podcast about a lot of interviews that you do, and yeah, some of them are really like spiritual and
Yeah,
about
just being
business and being
independent.
outgoing,
The custom life, you know?
positive.
Yeah,
This is
doing your thing.
yes, this is a custom made is a mentality that will not prevent you for, oh, I wanna wear this dress black. When am I gonna get it black? No, yes, there's somebody that will make it in black.
Yes.
If they only make it in white, there's a company that it can make you the same dress and black. Now, when we go back to like making the same dress, you know, like the one thing about me that I make custom pieces. See, like there's a lot of clothing that is already made, right?
Mhm.
So a lot of people may come and say, "Oh, but that's a copy," right? Well, I mean, I don't think it's a copy when you see something and you just want it the same but blue.
Yeah.
It's not really a copy, right? It's like you see a house with like a very weird shape on the roof, and then you say, you know what, I would like to make a house like that.
Exactly.
Like, I mean, you can do it different and everything. Maybe that one was the first house, but it doesn't mean you can have another house like that, right?
You're right. It's inspiration.
It's
And
everything in life is like that. I
it's
think so.
interesting because if you think about like music, movie, like there's only so many ideas you can have, but you can put your own spin on it and try to make it your own, you know, and that's a great way to look at it. It's very rare to come up with something that's never been done.
Yeah.
It's always here, but you can put your own vision behind it and it becomes yours. You
Well,
know?
I mean, designers do that, and that's why you see crazy, ugly stuff in the runways.
That stuff's a little too.
Nobody will ever wear something like that, but it's because the designer wants to make something creative, right?
Yes.
But nobody will ever wear it, right?
That's a good point. You want to make something that's still comfortable, still something you would wear more than once at a fashion
Yeah,
show,
more practical,
but
yes.
still creative and with your own vision on it.
Well, custom made is more the fact that you buy what you need, right?
Right.
Like even me, and I know a lot of people, they go to malls, they go to stores, they waste a whole day, they buy 20 pieces that they'll stock in their closet and will never wear.
Yep.
And it happens to me many times.
Impulse
and one of
buy.
them is impulsive, yes. It's something that, oh my God, you see it, you love it, you go put it in the closet, there's still there 6 months later, you never wear it.
Yep.
But then you have the times too when you find that one piece that fit just perfect, and that would be your copy for every day. Are you wearing the same pants? Yes. I love the way they fit.
Yeah.
That's when my company comes in and make those the same pants, the same cut on a different fabric. So you can have 3 or 4 pairs of the fit that you like on your pants.
Love that.
This is the way I see it.
That's a great way to put it. That's an awesome way to put it. You're like a valuable resource, you know?
Like a resource,
A
yeah. Like
resource,
somebody,
like-
no, actually, I consider myself as a resource because
Yeah.
a lot of people, when they wanted to start on the fashion business, I throw all my knowledge on them.
Love
I
that.
said, what do you need? You need to buy zippers? This and this is the best fabrics stores for zippers. Do you need to buy fabrics? Don't buy fabrics in that store or there because it's going to be 3 times more the cost. If you're going to do it in this and this other store. I've always liked to teach people what I know, right?
Yeah.
I think it's selfish to know and not let the world know what you know.
I agree. Did you feel like that happened to you when you were coming up learning the business? Like people were hesitant to show you different things?
No.
People were open to teaching?
Yeah, the thing that I just felt when I was at fashion school, it was that I believe that the school was just all about just pay the tuition, pay because it was a private school, right?
Right.
So
Just checking the box.
Yeah, they just want the pay. They don't really care about the person, the career they're building for this
Right.
person, how this person is gonna go on life. They never teach us a course of business. It should be
Agreed.
there is the business of fashion is done like this and like this and like this. And there was not a course of business. There was not a course until you've made through the career of fashion this amount of pieces, and this piece was your best. That means you can come into the industry with this list of companies. See,
Yeah.
I think schooling is not only about teaching someone, okay, here,
No.
make
Doing a
this.
test. No.
No, it's like, yes, you're schooling this because of you can go here.
Yes, I
Yeah.
agree. Trying to lead you in a good direction.
They didn't do that with me. I wish they did. I would have known. I would have a lot of I think jobs more openly if I would have known because I was very good with swimwear
Okay.
and sportwear. So I was good on stretch fabrics, but for me, this type of fabrics were just club wear. So when I started my collections and said, okay, I'm gonna try to sell my pieces, what I started making was club wear. So I would make a tight dress, very short and beautiful for a girl to go clubbing. But guess what? The industry for that wasn't as good.
Right.
But if I would have a teacher that will say, listen, your dance wear is excellent. You know how to make very beautiful bathing suits. You know how to make leggings. You know how to make bike darts. You need to go and costume dance industry.
Right.
If somebody would have told me that 25 years ago when I took my career in 1999, and I learned that I was good in dance wear 10 years ago when I actually started working for somebody that needed just helping to sew dance.
Mm-hmm.
And when I arrived, I was designing dance front to back like it was nothing. And she was like, oh my God. And I was like, yes, oh my God. I didn't even know that I was this good. And then I started to actually email dance schools and ask them, would you like me to try to make some costume pieces for your studio? Because I believe I can make jazz, ballet. It was very easy for me to make that stuff. And my clients loved it. Like I keep a lot of clients now that they do competitions and the girls are very happy with their clothes, and it's a good niche for me because they need custom made for
Right.
compete. So it is custom pieces every year.
Interesting. It
Yeah.
naturally turned into something.
Yeah, I'm not sure you find the way where it needed to go, right? Like I wanted to do custom pieces, and then I learned that the one niche was dance schools. They need costume to participate in competition every year. And yeah, it was actually something that my clients are very happy with. They love my work, and they keep on calling me for many years. That means they're happy.
That's a great point about not just fashion industry, but business in general. The importance
business,
of
yeah.
that client base, repeat customers. That's a really valuable lesson to give out too, where
Yes.
the work can lead to steady business for you going forward.
Yes, yes.
Very interesting. Was that when Flors Fashion started?
No, Flors Fashion started since I was at school,
Okay.
1999. I did my label, and I registered my business right after. I think while I was at school. As soon as I was at school, I knew I wanted a label.
Yeah, you wanted to be an owner.
Yes, as soon as I was at school, I knew I was not in school to work for somebody. I was school to build my brand.
Love it.
And it's just that I try to focus on what was not there, right? I didn't want to. When my teacher, fashion school teaches, okay, you draw a collection, you spend $50,000 in fabric, another 50,000 in models, you make a catalog, and you wait and see if you're going to sell that collection. And it's like, do I really want to spend 100,000 before I even know that it's going to sell?
Yeah.
And this is why a lot of rich people do fashion design, because they don't have the skill, but they have the $100,000. This is why a lot of people that they don't have any clue on how to make anything, but they have money to invest. They have money to buy fabric, to buy services, to buy everything they want. Oh, I buy 1,000 t-shirts. I just put my name on it and sell them for 10,000 each, something like that.
Right.
It's like the clothing of fashion. The fashion industry is overrated.
Okay. Do you feel like it's because it's competitive or?
It's very overrated. It's just like not. Back then, we used to have people like back in the days that you used to go to tailor. You tailor your clothing.
Right.
They tailored your dress. That you have like nice. You always every Sunday you have to look beautiful for. That's not there anymore.
Why do you think that is?
Because slowly we just became, slobby. Yeah, we just became slobby.
I
It's
agree.
easier.
I was talking to someone from Spain last week, and he moved recently to the States, and he was shocked that he would see people with their pajamas like out, and he's like, in Europe you never see that,
It's
you
true.
know. And I agree with you. It's like comfort has become number one, and I don't know if that's the best thing, because it's like what you ever heard that phrase, look good, feel good?
Yeah.
Like what you wear, I think, kind of projects how you're feeling too, right? If you're wearing just sweats, you're probably kind of in like a lazy mood. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think it's the times that we live on right now. We're not living anymore into the standards of I'm gonna have a career, I'm gonna look good.
Well,
Right
comfort.
now, my career is my computer. I'm gonna just make money and
Yeah.
drink my Coke and eat my fries and stay in my pajamas. So clothing, it doesn't fit there.
That's interesting. It's interesting, yeah, when you
Yeah.
think about it like that. Have you seen that shift over the last couple years in your business?
Yeah, over I think the last 5 years is when the fashion world just became very like nobody
Right.
cares.
So how do you approach it? Do you try to adjust to what you think people will like now, or do you still make what you like to make and try to just keep doing your thing?
Well, I don't. I'm a kind of person that I don't need to prove something, and I don't need to. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to do this to make money or do that to make money. No, I'm a designer, and I let the world know what I know how to make clothing.
Right.
And I do like my sourcing. I go around and give my name out there. And there's a lot of people that will like contact me for my services for custom. But I believe if I ever wanted to make it as a very big scale business, it will have to be more online. Like
Right.
my employers will have to work from home. Otherwise, I will have to have a huge warehouse full of sewing machines.
That's a huge change. The e-commerce online world. Absolutely.
Yes, yes. Well, it's possible. That's the fun thing is possible.
Always possible.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that spirit. Like, yeah, it's a challenge, but we can do it and we can do it well.
Yes, yes.
Absolutely.
And I think people just need to learn that you can't just call yourself a fashion designer because you just do teachers. Of course you can. You are a designer. You make teachers and you're great at it.
Yeah, you have an idea and you made it into something physical. There you go.
Yes, it's like, oh no, I would like to make clothing, but I will have to do a whole career of clothing. No, that's negative. You can make clothing. You can just make underwear and became the biggest underwear maker in Canada.
Yep.
And you're a designer.
You got to start somewhere.
Yes, yes. It's a little bit more, for me, it's a little bit more difficult because I do make everything.
Right.
So this is where I would like to expand my business in a way that I expand like branches that will help me branch out the pieces, right? It's like, yes,
Absolutely.
I know how to make this, but you make it and you specialize on it, and let's just make money together, right? I would like
Absolutely.
to work more as a network.
I
Yeah.
think that's the way going forward because
Yes.
the network is the most valuable thing you could have.
I think so, yeah.
You can help someone, they can help you, both win.
It's true.
Love that. And that's what we're doing here today.
Yes.
I love that. So, yeah, a question I definitely wanted to ask you is the fashion industry, like most owners, men? Would you say like most fashion label owners are mostly men, or is it kind of
Or like the fashion industry in the last, I would say, couple of decades have taken a turn into a very like, okay, I'm a man, but I want to look like a woman.
oh, okay?
So I mean, it kind of like prevents some other people to follow the trend,
Right.
because like I love it. I love all of this stuff because I'm very open with fashion. But a lot of people, I don't think they will go that way because there's a lot of like censor like
Right.
pieces. They like
Yeah.
to.
Not for
They-
everybody.
Yes, I think that the world has become very different, and we don't even care anymore about anything, right?
That's true.
So-
no one cares about anything.
Nobody cares
That's
about
true.
anything. So when this happens, you have to stick to your people.
Right.
So I will say that the fashion industry has a big part on the part of the more exhibitionist,
Pushing
When-
the boundaries.
pushing the boundaries that everybody like when you like to exhibit yourself more, like you see famous people,
Yeah.
how like now the red carpet is how naked you are.
'Cause that controversy
Yes.
gets them more headlines.
It's like if I just have a two pieces here and one piece here,
Yeah.
I have the best dress of the night.
yeah, you'll make it on the front page,
Yes. So it's just I will say that because the industry has turned into this side, then we'll go more into the sexuality, sensuality,
Right.
and all these type of people, like talking general, right?
Right.
So the conservative and all of these designers have been fall apart because now suits, nobody wears a suit.
It's true.
Back then there were the designers like all the designers, let's say 20, 30 years ago, right? They used to make suits, very nice dresses, well constructed
Right.
dresses. This is what you find in shops for $2,000, right? When a designer makes a well constructed dress, because it's taking when you construct a dress with non-stretch fabric that fits perfect to the body, it needs to be pressed. It needs to be cut exactly half an inch. So exactly half an inch. If you do a 16 of an inch less, you will mess up the design. So this is why this side of fashion is almost erased. It's hard to find.
Do you think it would come back?
I really hope so. I would. I'm dreaming for the day and when I can see ladies and girls dressing long skirts and a nice corset and maybe like a hat, like
Yeah.
a queen's hat. Oh my God, that would be a dream.
I think it will because fashion is trends too, right? Where it kind of some things in and some things not in, and then it comes back. I think one day that style will come back.
Yeah,
I
my
would
favorite
like it
day
too.
is Halloween.
Everyone dresses crazy. Everyone
Yes.
dresses up.
Everybody's dressed up. That's the night I need to go out and
What
see.
What have you dressed up as? What's
Oh
a
my
floor Halloween
goodness,
costume?
I have been Wonder Woman twice.
Okay, classic.
So I mean the first one and the two Wonder Women.
yeah.
Then the last was pretty cool. I made myself very big angel wings. So I was like an angel, and then I built wings with plastic and feathers. I put feathers in between the plastic shape of the
There we
wings.
go.
And then I just plastic here. It was pretty cool.
You commit to Halloween.
Yes, and then I went to a club where they have actually like a bird cage.
Oh my gosh.
So,
okay.
oh my goodness,
You fit
I was
in
like
there.
in the personality right there.
You
I'm
were
like,
in the
oh my
right
God,
spot.
this is like my bird cage.
That's so funny.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I love Halloween. I think
That's your favorite.
that's my
favorite day.
And I make a lot of costumes for Halloween too, though.
That makes sense too,
Yeah.
because people are definitely willing to spend money on Halloween.
Yes, I do a lot of cat suits, tigers, cats,
Nice.
bunnies.
I want to see a Flors Fashion Halloween show.
Oh, that would be cool.
That would be awesome.
Yes,
I'll
that
be
would
there.
Nice. Yes, that would be nice to make a fashion show.
It
Maybe
would
I
be.
Yeah, maybe I will talk to a club or some. They would love to have a fashion show for Halloween.
I would love that. I told you before the interview started. I saw that you were participating in a few fashion shows around the city. How has that been for you since coming back from COVID? Was that a nice thing to get back into?
Yes, fashion shows are always nice to participate because it's kind of like give us the one chance to show our artistic way to make something look pretty.
Right.
And then when the models are professional, that makes it even more pretty, right? When the girls are beautiful and they're walking very nice and they look so amazing with the clothing, right? So, I mean, I think that's a very big part of a fashion show.
Absolutely.
The way that people show the pieces.
Do you feel like the models feel more comfortable with you that you're a woman, they're a woman? Do you think that makes them a little bit more confident, comfortable?
Definitely. I actually find that the first year that I participated on Fashion Week, maybe not a lot of people knew my designs and my label. But then the second year, I had a lot of models wanted to just wear my stuff. And they were very cute and very beautiful girls. And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe like these girls are so beautiful and they wanted to wear my stuff. So maybe because they do a research on the designers and they kind of pick, oh my God, I like what this designer make. I like how this designer present the stuff. So right after my show this year as well, I have very famous actually models saying, girl, I need to be your model.
Nice.
As soon as they see my stuff, they're like, I would love to model for you. And I think it has to do with the designs and the way that, oh my God, I love her stuff. Yeah.
They kind of see what you see.
Yeah, and it's like everything. I'm sure there's a lot of other designers that other people will love this stuff because it's like, I think fashion is what we talk about is everyone's style. Everybody has their own style.
You got to find it.
And there's a style for everything.
I agree.
There is a fit for everyone in this world.
I agree.
Yeah.
I completely agree.
I think I'm very selective person. Like my brain is always very like, you belong there, and you belong there, and you belong there. It's like we all belong to certain And we sometimes don't belong to certain parts as well, right?
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Exactly.
Yeah.
You're not for everything, you know.
Yes.
I like that because I think that's something I've learned too, where it's like you can't be everything for everybody,
Oh yeah, no.
and vice versa. So let's focus on what you like to do, and
Yes.
if people like it, great. If you like it, that's really what matters.
Yes, that's correct. That's why now that I've been working for the past 10 years on dance schools and I've been dressing a lot of little ones,
Mm,
I love to introduce the clothing industry to kids. This is one of my goals. One of my goals is to actually have classes just for little ones, just to teach them how to make like things that they would not like, I guess, sew their hand,
Yeah.
stitch their hand. But I mean, like starting when they're little, about this is how you make clothing and this is how you could custom make your own clothing.
that would be awesome.
Yes.
I love that idea.
Yes, 'cause
Kids are the future, man.
They're very cute. When I bring all the cute little ballet dresses to the 4 and 5 year old,
They
oh
love
my
them.
God, like, oh my God. And the face they do is like priceless.
That's so cool.
Sewing for kids is very nice.
It sounds very rewarding.
Yeah.
It's nice that you have like different projects that you want to do as well that involve helping other people.
Yeah.
You know, that's a nice thing to keep in mind as opposed to just profit, you know.
Now, profit of,
It gets old, right?
I mean, why the profit? It's just so much money you can have. And then what?
Exactly.
Right?
I like that. Especially when you can do cool things that can
Yes,
help other
it's just-
people. That
yes.
sounds better to me.
I think it's more rewarding when you reach the point and that you make people smile. I think it's
agree.
priceless.
It is priceless.
Yes.
It is priceless.
Like I have clients that have not smiled with my product, and I said, I'll be happy to give you back your money because you have to be happy with what I'm doing for you. And if you're not happy, your money is not worth for me, not worth a penny.
That's amazing. I love that you said that because I think that's very valuable, especially today's world where it's like very snap your fingers, like
Oh, yeah.
Instagram culture. What you focused on is purely like pride in your craft, wanting people to feel good in what you
Yes.
and that's valuable. That's something timeless is the word I'm going to use. It'll always be there. That I think can separate you too, where it's like there's a million fashion designers, but Flor is really caring and
Yes,
you know like
I
that,
care.
that I think people appreciate that.
Yeah,
too.
my clients know. Like I have lots of clients. They will return to me maybe 10 times because they want to fit as perfect as they want, and I will do it 10 times.
100%. If
I
you're
will go back 10 times and very happy, no like, oh, you again. No, I'll say, okay, let's try again, until they're happy. And then they go very happy because they know that, oh my God, she really tried.
Yep.
And then I said, yeah, I have the knowledge. You don't have the knowledge, so I'm the one who can help in here, nobody else. This is the way I see it too, right?
Because that's a relationship. That's like not transactional. That's the opposite of transactional.
Yeah.
That's a relationship you're building with a client. That's huge. Trust.
It's trust, yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
So I want to hear a female's perspective. What kind of style do you like for a man to dress in? You don't make men's clothing, correct?
I do. I
do?
have make men's clothing, but men's clothing is more constructive.
Okay. What's
So-
a style you like for a man? Not saying we have to
I
dress that
mean,
way,
I
but
would
your
like-
interest.
I like winter coats a lot.
Okay.
So if I have to like make stuff for men, I think I would dress them with like very like 3/4
Right.
coat. I think that looks really cool
They
on,
do
on a
look cool.
guy. Yes. Or jackets. I love jackets. So t-shirts with like I do for men. I do t-shirts with like weird cuts. You know, like a striped blue and another one purple, and so it looks original.
Would you make me a t-shirt?
Of course.
I want to do that. I want to do
100%.
that. Then
Yes.
I dabbled a bit in. I'll show you after, like clothing, and I had a good time doing it. Like just
Yes.
putting the image to what you think it will be.
Yeah, I
So
was
I think we
actually
could definitely
thinking
do
to put
something
my
together.
organic cotton. I have a lot of organic cotton right now going on into a collection of just organic cotton. So I
Right.
not too long ago I had thought about a men's shirt with 3 different colors that I would like to do like a rainbow kind of front like that. Yeah.
Okay, you
So that
make
will be
it.
you,
Make
the
your
model.
vision. I'm gonna wear that and
Cool.
be very happy to do
Yes,
that. I love like I like fashion. The idea of just like expressing yourself, you know, It's like if you want to wear black today, okay, but tomorrow we can wear pink. Like, there's
Yes.
so many different. It can balance your mood. I love that.
Yeah, and the collection that I presented this year, actually, a couple of the pieces, like I made a purse with a plastic pocket in which you can put words. I feel free. I feel angry.
I like
Don't
that.
talk to me. You can print something and put it on your purse.
I like that.
It's my bitchy night.
I
Stay
like
away.
that. Yeah, yeah.
Right?
Look at here.
Yeah, look at here.
I don't have to say one word.
Yes.
That's
So
very cool.
I made that one purse for information. It's like the information purse, I call it. And then I made a top with a plastic pocket in which you can just bring everything inside your top. So you have your like your purse on,
Very
built on your
cool.
clothing.
Like a mad scientist.
Yes, yes.
Love that.
I think fashion is. I see. When I was a little kid, I wanted to be an architect.
Okay.
So I believe in construction. So as a fashion designer, I do feel like an architect.
Absolutely.
I feel like I take pieces and create, right? Small pieces create a masterpiece. So I mean, I'm not building houses, but I mean, I still feel that somehow I'm constructing things.
Absolutely right.
Making things.
It's construction, it's art, it's a bunch of different things all in one.
Yes, and there's a lot of things to do with clothing. Like right now, there's a lot of technology in clothing. You know that, like, there's a lot of our smartphones will connect to our clothing. They could
Are you into
signal.
that stuff?
Oh yes.
Yeah, you like that?
Yes, I'm always learning. I'm always trying to listen to a lot of podcasts about what's out there, what's going on in the world, like the latest invention,
Right.
the latest fashion design, the craziest fashion designers.
Is there anyone right now you're a fan of?
No, no. I just like randomly see like the technology, the things they use, how they do it. Oh my God,
Right.
I can put lights in that skirt. Oh yes, I can do technology jacket. There's a course about technology fashion.
Okay. I
Yeah.
could see that being big, for sure.
Techno fashion, yeah.
You definitely seem like someone that's willing to listen to and like give something a shot. Like you don't seem judgmental at all.
Oh no.
And that's I think especially in the creative field a
Oh yeah,
huge
I'm not
huge
judgmental at all.
that's awesome.
And I have all type of customers too, right? Like I have all type of. We're talking
True.
about children, and then after children, I could have like anything coming to me to tell me, make me this wild,
Yeah.
whatever fetish.
Yeah,
no problem.
whatever.
I'll make it for you, right? 100% keep it to myself. I don't, I don't have to tell about privacy business to anybody, right?
Love
but
that.
I mean, it's. I just believe that I am a tool that people can use to do certain things. Like sometimes I had to one time actually talking about this. It's a funny one. I had a client reaching me out to make custom swimwear.
Okay.
As a guy.
Okay.
And I thought it was for his girlfriend. And it was for him. And it was thongs. And he wanted me to measure him. And I'm like, sorry, what? How am I going to measure you?
Okay.
Oh, I want you to measure me from like the front to
Oh
the
my
back.
gosh.
I'm like, no. You measure yourself and let me know what's the size from here to here. Because I ain't going there.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. But he got it made?
Yes,
Yeah.
actually, he ordered a bunch. I
Holy.
made him one, and he loved it, and he ordered like 20 more
Like
for,
with the
for
top
a
too?
vacation. No,
Or
it
just
was just the
bottoms?
bottoms to go to vacations for his. He said it's for my girlfriend. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna go and see this guy who wants to make a swimwear for his girlfriend. But I'm thinking like a gift for the
Yeah.
girlfriend. No, he said, no, it's for me, and this is what I want, and I want you to measure me. Oh, okay. No. Yes, I can make it, but I don't think I can measure you.
You never know. You
Yes.
never know. That's amazing though. And that's good for you to have that because I think the fashion world there's a bit of that like it's like a snobby industry, like that
Yes.
high fashion. So
Yes.
for someone like yourself where it's no judgments, let's try something out, be fun, be creative.
Yeah.
I think that's refreshing and I think that would help people feel comfortable too.
Yes, I'm very neutral. I'm very like,
Amazing.
don't really, don't pass my limits, right? It's just like,
Yeah,
one thing is
exactly.
being
Respect.
neutral, and yeah, as soon
Respectful.
as you then pass the limits and you're not respecting, then sorry, but yeah, I will not.
100%.
Yeah, not tolerate stuff like that either, right?
So for someone, a young girl or anyone, someone trying to get into the fashion industry, would there be a piece of advice that you would give them?
Well, the best advice that I could give people that would like to do clothing, I would not say even the fashion industry it could be, as I said before, just making t-shirts. You could be a designer just by making teachers, and you could be the best teacher making in Canada.
Right.
And you can make $1 billion making only teachers. But you get good at it, right? You get good at that one thing. Now, if you want to be a fashion designer, like create a little bit of everything, I believe you just need to give yourself a time and practice, 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 practice. Never stop practice. Because I've been sewing since 8 years old and I've never stopped.
There's no shortcut
All
for that.
my houses have sewing machines. All the times I move from a house to a house, my friends, like men, I have to call them and say, sorry, but my machines go to another house and I need your help.
But they say, great.
They're very heavy, and I'll make a party and I'll bring the beers.
Yes.
Just help me with my sewing machines. So yeah, I've always moved my sewing machines from place to place, and I guess I always have something to do. I always have a project in mind. It can get out of control, so it's very important to just buy and make, not just buy fabric and pile it, because in the end you make nothing. It happens to me many times.
Yep.
I have bought a lot of fabric in the past that I have to throw away because 5 years later I've never made anything. So right now, this is why I would not like to have like a big place to stock up 1,000 pieces and 1,000 fabrics that I'm not going to use. This is why I would like to make like, okay, we need 100 teachers. That's the material. That's the teachers. No material left. Right?
Pay as you go.
Yes. It's just like clear the space. Clear the space.
I think that would be good for creativity too. Keeps the mind fresh.
Yes. And there's a lot of things that you can do when it comes to clothing. So I would say for anybody that would like to make clothing, just to start somewhere.
Just try.
Make a scrunchie, make a bow, anything. But like as soon as you start it, just don't stop. If you want to make this as your career, you have to start and never stop, because clothing is make.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the more you make, the better you get.
Absolutely. It's interesting because I ask pretty much everyone that comes on that same question, and whatever industry it is, it's the same. Practice, keep going, keep trying, put it out, It's always the same thing.
Never stop.
Never stop.
I've been all my life very persistent,
Yeah.
is the word. And I think persistent is what really takes you somewhere, because nobody will ever believe in you. There's a lot of people you have to say, sorry, but I know what I want. It is hard sometimes because it could be your more close people, your mom, your boyfriend, your kids.
Yeah.
They could say, you're not good. I don't want you to do that. Sorry, but this is what I wanted to do. And you got to respect that. And it's the one thing that you have to always believe in yourself, even when the world does not believe in you.
Completely agree. Very well said. Because it's your life at the end of the day.
Yeah.
No one lives it for you.
Yeah. And if that makes you happy, just do it.
100% agree.
Yeah.
Love that.
You came to this world alone and you go alone. And when you go, the only thing that is with you is what you did with yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Your spirit.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is what I did. I handled myself this way. I did this. It's nothing. Like for me, every time I go out with my friends, I have to make myself a dress. And even when I don't have time, sometimes I'm extremely busy, but that last 20 minutes of getting ready is going to make me my dress. And then when I go to the party, I don't care if my dress is twisted here or twisted there. I feel so happy because I've made my dress.
It's yours. You
Yes.
did it. I love that.
It's just like, it's something that nobody will fulfill that, like the sense that I had it in my mind that it bugs me so much that I needed to make it. And once it's made, I feel so like proud of it, so happy, right? It's like an accomplishment.
It is an accomplishment because it's something you wanted to do. You made it happen. End of story,
Yes.
Love
yes,
that.
Yes.
So tell me, what are your
Great.
plans for the brand for near future at least? What do you see Flors Fashion as growing?
Well, I would like to first introduce the logo to the people to know that if you're wearing a flower in your clothing, it means you have your original style. You're not mass production buyer. You're cutting off the mass production buy and you just want to make your own pieces.
Right.
And somebody in Canada is make them for you. Somebody you can not say, see like, oh, I'm with this designer. This is this designer name. For me, this is like the most dumb way of seeing the industry of fashion. I know people that work a whole week of salary to go and buy like a brand teacher,
Yeah.
right? And then they feel so good that they're wearing this brand teacher. And they will be so, oh my God, and their bank account is empty. So it's like, how can you feel so good to make somebody, the richest person, even richer, and you are even poorer, more poor than last week, because you want to make the richest richer, and you're wearing a teacher that is just going to cover you as any other teacher that you could be saving $2,000 right now. So I mean, for me, that mentality is dumb.
Yeah.
I would say it's dumb.
I agree.
I would not make something that I want you to wear just my flower and pay $2,000 for my flower. The day I'm charging you $2,000 for my flower, I'm gonna make that flower gold
Yeah,
for you.
for real. It's a real flower.
I'm gonna go and make you a gold flower,
Yeah.
and you're gonna have metal that has a value.
Yes.
That's when I'm gonna charge you
Exactly.
$2,000 for my piece.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
But I mean, it's just like I guess how people is, and I will say the fake society. I will call it the
Yeah.
fake society.
I'm going to spend this money and it'll make me feel more powerful, better, when that's not true.
No.
It actually did the opposite.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
I agree.
it
That's a
is.
big thing today. You know what's funny for me? When I see people like they start, a lot of artists, like rappers, do this, make a lot of money, and then they're dressed in only designer. I'm like, that's to me not style. You're just buying the most expensive pieces, and like now I'm a style icon. When to me it's like, no,
No,
That's
there
not
is
how it
there is a
works.
shoe designer. I know a shoe designer that could create your shoes for the same designer price.
yeah,
But this is your design.
exactly.
This is your shoe. Those guys, they should do this.
It's
Right?
it's the easy way. You know what I think fashion is, or personal fashion at least, being able to be confident in yourself with what you're wearing. Like if you're wearing a $5 shirt but you're confident and you think it's cool, then it's cool. End of story.
Yes.
If it's $10,000 and you're not confident in it, it's not cool.
Well, that's why when you buy yourself all this designer expensive stuff, you're not really trying to make yourself happy. You're trying to make others happy.
Exactly.
At that point that you're showing, oh, just spend $5,000 on this, and you're sitting at that table, you're not thinking about yourself. You're thinking about the others around you.
Exactly.
You're bullying, actually, the other
Yeah,
people. It's like, oh, I can afford this, and you don't.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, but maybe I'm happier with my life dressing $20 dress,
Absolutely.
right? What did you do for those $5,000 to begin with, right? Some people do crazy
I
things
don't
for.
want to know.
It's
Right.
like, really? What did you do to have a $5,000 dress?
I know.
Something to be proud of? Because I'd rather be in my house taking a bath and wear a $20 dress and not have to do anything to wear that expensive clothing,
I
right?
agree.
Because, I mean, if I was an actor and I'm making $50 million in one movie, of course
Fine.
I'm going to walk into a designer store and buy a $5,000 something because I have $50 million in my bank account.
Yes.
Then we're talking different. This I believe that designer clothing and all of these expensive brands are made for millionaire people.
I agree.
So I mean, when I see millionaire people wearing these brands, it's 100%.
It's funny too because they probably aren't really paying for that stuff
Yeah, that's
a
what
lot
I
of the time.
heard. They just
The promotion.
isn't it?
It's a
the
game.
Word, eh? The
It's a
word
game.
is working funny ways sometimes.
Sometimes it is, but that's why people like yourself are so valuable. Options, looking good, feeling good,
Yeah.
custom. I love that. You're wearing your own dress right
Oh,
now,
yes.
correct?
I made
Show
this-
that off a little bit.
I
This
made
is
this
Flors
through
Fashion
pandemic, and I just said, oh, I have to start making clothing with masks. And then
That's cool. That's like a
created
graffiti.
this kind of mask with like a hoodie, and then I had this graffiti. I was just crazy about this
That's
graffiti
cool.
fabric, and I'm like, oh, what about this design? But me, I make one design and that's it.
Right.
I take picture. If you like it, you want it, custom made, and that's it. I just make one piece.
On to the next thing.
All my stuff is one piece. I have 100 of pieces made for me. Most of my closet is custom made. So yeah, I just kind of like throw something on that I've made, take a picture. Do you like it? Okay. I go a lot of times to clubs. Or when I go to Cabanas and wear my swimwear, the girls, oh my God, I love it, I
There
love
you
it.
go.
No problem. Here's my card. I can make you one custom.
Do you go there for fun or for networking or both?
I mean, I think I should use it as a networking because every time that I go, I make business with the girls. And but for fun, it's a very nice place to go. For the summer, I think it's the best place in Toronto to actually
Cabana.
go. Cabana
Shout out
pool
Cabana.
bar. Yeah.
Cabana, sponsor us. Let's go.
Yes.
Give me free bottles.
Let's make a Flors Fashion swimwear
Yes.
show. Yes, that'd be cool. Yeah, and a lot of times I've been there. The girls, even the waitresses, oh my God, I love it, and I make business like they for sure custom made, and
Nice.
I sell couple, 2, 3 pieces to the girls. Like, I mean, yes, it's
Makes
just-
sense.
my because it's just me and like I don't have a lot of employers right now. For me, just keep my networking, on a low profile and just like low.
Yeah.
It's good. I don't want to like overwhelm myself with work. This is where I want to start to train people.
That's a great point because then it becomes work. Like it becomes, oh my God, I got to do this.
Then
this,
I need
and
a
this.
team.
Yeah.
I need a team.
When you keep it to your schedule, it's still fun. You're still able to create. Smart.
Yes. I keep it to my schedule, and I'm actually pretty busy. I don't. I always get this 1 or 2 new girls that just see my costume and they said I wanted to make my own dresses and sell them. Okay, no problem. I make them for you.
Nice.
And not all of a sudden they make the dresses and they sell well, and that's it. I have to make the dresses because nobody else will make them for them.
I got to do it.
Yes, and it's cool, and they're happy with the work that I make, and I'm happy to help them. I help them resourcing everything they need. Do you need elastic? You need this. You need that. This is the best place to save money. On I know my fashion school. That's the one thing that they teach me that it was nice. It was like a lot of resourcing where you can buy the best prices on like
That's
threads,
smart.
zipper, fabrics, the best. Yeah.
That's good. That's good business acumen.
Yeah, and Canadian working with Canadians, right? Like,
Yeah.
like if you really put together like a label in Canada, and lots of Canadians will be able to wear this label with labor in Canada and fabric in Canada, thread in Canada. The businesses stay in our country. We don't have to make money to other countries when we can just make our own pieces here, sell them here, and create that revenue for our own country, right?
Agreed. Support local for
Yes,
sure. I love that.
support local, 100%.
Love that.
100%.
Amazing. Flors Fashion. I really enjoyed our conversation. Is
Thank
there
you.
anything you'd like to promote? We got Flors Fashion on Instagram, florsfashion.ca,
And fashiondesignerforyou.com. That's the
fashiondesignerforyou.com.
That would be the website if you guys wanted to contact me. And Flors Fashion will be actually making videos and tutorials on how to make clothing. It's something that we have a vision for the future. And hopefully we can build our team for custom made.
I'm excited to see what you have in store. Very excited. Really enjoyed this
Thank you.
conversation. Thank you so much for joining. Versatile Vigilante, Flors Fashion. Like, subscribe, follow. Look out for some rainbow
Thank
shirts
you.
I'll be modeling. Let's go.
It's nice.
Awesome.
Thank you.
That was awesome. What did you
was a
think?
long time?